A skyline there of lower Manhattan on a gorgeous day for baseball at Citi Field. It's the Nationals and the Mets. Next. MLB The Show has baseball on tap from lovely Citi Field in New York. Opening day behind us, it's Game 2 of the regular season between the Washington Nationals and the New York Mets. Hi again, folks. Matt Vasgersian here to bring you this matchup of NL Eastern Division rivals. Alongside me are Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, let's take a moment to look at our two starters here tonight.
Yeah, and you've got a couple of guys here that aren't afraid to challenge you at the plate. They're not afraid to let you put the ball in play and let their fielders make the plays behind them. That should make for a pretty good matchup.
The guys will have much more to talk about as the night progresses, but first, let's give you a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Washington Nationals, as their order will read like this. On the mound to square off against these guys, a former Cy Young Award winner, the veteran right-hander Bartolo Colon. Denard Span will move towards the batter's boxes. We're just about set to get underway tonight. And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball one. And back-to-back pitches out of the zone to begin the evening. It's 2-0 now.
I'll give him this. He's not intimidated up there. That was inside. Close to triple digits. He didn't even flinch.
3-0 now. Showing some uncharacteristic wildness to start things out.
Yeah, a 4-pitch walk, pretty much not the way you want to start out against a club like this.
That one's in there, 3-1.
Yeah, just a get-me-over fastball. Anything to avoid a 4-pitch walk to start the game.
Go, Matt.
And that misses, ball 4. So not the start he was looking for tonight as he walks the leadoff hitter on 5 pitches.
Definitely not a guy you wanted to lose there. Now, you've got something else to worry about besides your command.
Anthony Rendon will stand in now, and he'll likely have a look down to third to see if anything's up here with nobody out. And, looked inside, but that's ruled as strike, nothing in one.
And EK, I don't know about you, but I really hated getting a bad call on that very first pitch.
Hey, jeez. It puts you just in a terrible frame of mind.
Span the runner at first with nobody out. On a big swing there at a fastball, and he really got into it high and deep to left center field. And that'll get down out there near the wall. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one. Fortunately, however, the third baseman's able to run it down, so there's going to be no advance. Wow.
Well, anybody who calls this place home will tell you this is not a home run hitting park, but it will give up its share of doubles. And this one moves runners to second and third now as they're looking to cash in.
Bryce Harper will dig in with a couple of guys in scoring position and a chance to take the lead here in the early going. Now the first pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
That high fastball is definitely a pitch guys will pop up, and that's what he's looking for on the mound. So that's good restraint to hold back and not swing.
Boy, that fastball is just sizzling up there, 1-1.
That's a two-seam fastball right there. It looks to the hitter like it's going to be inside, and then it tails back to the inside corner of the plate.
In the air to right center. Catch made here in medium deep right center, and the runner's breaking from third. And he will score on the sacrifice fly as he's in with our first tally of the ball game.
Well, that's all he's hoping to do right here. Just get that thing airborne and get that first run of the game home. He does his job, picks up the RBI.
Jason Worth will stand in looking to keep this first inning rally hot. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. What to make of Big Bartolo Colon? Who saw that coming last year? 18 wins and a 2.65 ERA in a season in which he turned 40 years old.
And both of those numbers were good for second in the entire American League. He wound up getting priced out in Oakland, so he's got a new ball club this year, and are they ever happy to have him too?
Runner at second here with one man out. Now a spin and another throw back to second. Might have an idea something's up here. Out into right center. Well hit. And this will split the defenders and get down for extra bases. And the run's going to come in to score from second as they grab a 2-0 lead now. And he will pull into second with an RBI double.
I tell you what. Anytime you get a first inning visit from your pitching coach, something ain't working out there. You know, here's what he's saying. Look, we need you to figure this out. We need some innings out of you here. Let's go.
Ryan Zimmerman will stand in for the first time here. And this pitch just about saws him off as he can't get extended at all. It's strike one.
Yeah, he really pulled off of that one, and that's not the kind of swing we're accustomed to seeing from a guy like him.
Right, especially starting off an at-bat.
Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2.
And right now, he shouldn't have any second thoughts about working hard inside. Even if you hit the guy, you've got the open base to protect you. You got to keep this guy from getting extended.
Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. But one thing he's shown so far, he's not afraid to work inside.
Yeah, and with that base open right now, he shouldn't have to be afraid. If you do hit him, big deal. Get the next guy.
A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And you can just sense him starting to tense up out there on the mound. They had him down 0-2, and now he's struggling to make the perfect pitch, and it's not happening.
And a swing and a miss by Zimmerman as he sat down on strikes here. There are 2 away.
Oh, that's just a blazer right there. He says, enough with trying to get you to chase. This is mano a mano, and he throws it right past him.
Ian Desmond will stand in here for the first time, looking to pick up that runner from second with 2 away here. And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play. One and one. slider is in there, and now it's 1-2.
And even though you got a 2-run lead, you don't want to be leaving too many guys in scoring position out there. That could come back to bite you later.
Close to the bag, it's second there, now the pitch. And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2.
Yeah, that's a great pitch on 1-2. You start it in the zone, and hopefully you'll get that guy thinking he needs to protect. Turned out to be a good take.
Now here's a ball hit sharply toward the right side. That's in there, base hit. And the runner at third will put the brakes on here as they didn't want to chance it even with 2 outs.
Yeah, not exactly the time to raise the warning flags just yet, but it's not often you'll see him give up 3 hits in the first inning. It's easy to sit here and say, maybe he doesn't have his best stuff, but it wouldn't surprise me at all to see him run off a string of 8 in a row either.
Wilson Ramos, we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home here in the inning so far. Pitch out, nothing doing. Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. 1-0. On the move is Desmond. Pitch inside, the throw.
Taking a little bit of a risk there. You'd hate to see him make the final out at second, especially when you've already got a runner on third, but he gets a great jump here, and now a 2-out single will drive home 2 instead of just 1.
And a check swing looked like he went around. Yes, indeed, says the first base umpire. Strike 1. Oh, and he goes the other way with a fastball. He drives it out to deep right center field. And the route is on now. It's a home run. So a 3-run shot to right center field, and the Nationals have made this a 5-0 game.
Well, remember now, with 2 outs, he had a base open here, so he didn't have to challenge him if he didn't want to, but he decides that this is the guy he wants right here. That's a decision that's going to wind up costing him 3 runs.
Yunel Escobar will get his first opportunity now, as he'll become the 8th man to bat here in the first with 5 runs in already. First pitch coming. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0.
I'm pretty sure this is not what that man right there had in mind. He's watched this guy really struggle here in the first inning.
Inside, and he falls behind the hitter now, 2-0.
Boy, it's just not very often that you can put it to a guy like this early on. I mean, they've got him on the ropes here in the very first inning.
Oh, tried to check his swing there as this is hit to the left side. A 2-1 offering. Fouled straight back. And that's taken high for a ball. It's full now, 3-2. I think that man right there is reaching the end of his wits.
Oh, his team is absolutely imploding right now, and it basically came out of nowhere.
Full count pitch on its way. Now a fastball is hit on the ground towards second. Throw on to first will finally retire him as the inning will draw to a close. But not before 5 cross the plate, with the big blow being this 3-run home run. Bottom of the first coming up. It's the Nationals 5 and the Mets nothing. Now here's the starting lineup for the Mets as put forward by manager Terry Collins. They'll match up against an imposing presence indeed. The #1 overall pick in 2009, hard-throwing right-hander Steven Strasburg. And defensively, here's how Washington will take the field behind him. Gary Cox will step in now to lead things off in the home half of the first.
Center fielder, Gary Cox.
Fastball too high to start him out here 1-0.
Now you have to figure he's going to be pretty relaxed out there on the mound. His guys struck for 5 runs in the first, and you know that's music to any starting pitcher's ears.
Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0.
He's showing pretty good patience here for a rookie. Those were 2 tough takes, but he's got it to 2-0.
Three and 0 now. Not the start he was looking for here in the home first.
Yeah, and he even had himself a lead before he even threw a pitch out there. You think that alone would make you a little more relaxed and comfortable, but he looks a little tight to me.
And that misses ball 4, so that's just what you hope for here in the first. Base runners as you try to claw back into this one.
When you're down by a handful of runs, a leadoff walk is a definite blessing. If nothing else, it's a good first step towards trying to get back in this ball game.
Number 30 will get his first shot here with the runner on following the leadoff walk.
Get the run in a second, please.
Big hole on the right side. Here's the first pitch. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
And that's what he needed to do after the 4-pitch walk. Come right back and get ahead versus the next guy.
And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Down low, 2 balls and a strike.
Sometimes you just let a guy work his own way into trouble and then take advantage.
Nobody out, runner on first. Comes set, now the pitch. Could have been 3-1. Instead, it's 2-2.
Yeah, looked like he guessed right on 2-1. That was a good time to swing for the fences.
Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. Desmond for 1, but no real shot at 2 as he's safe easily at first.
Well, you could have put the first base bag out in the outfield grass on this play. You're not going to double this guy up. He's too fast. Still, a pretty good job of at least getting that lead runner at second base.
Michael Lee will step in now. Fastball in there for a called strike. Before the 0-1, he'll check on first. And a dive, but he's back. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. To Escobar for one, but one's all they were ever going to get, and the inning will continue.
And here's why you always go in hard at second base. This could be a very easy double play ball, but you see the aggressive slide here. That really impacts the throw to first, and they wind up getting just one on that play. Excellent aggressive base running.
Number 3 will get his first shot at it here. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Strasburg with a check at first, and the runner back. A runner on first with 2 away. Now the 1-0. And they pitch out here, but nothing's happening. Ball 2. Goes the other way with a fastball and sends it deep down the right field line. And that ball will stay fair, and it's gone. And that, folks, is his first home run in the big leagues. It's fair to say it's a moment he'll never forget.
Yeah, you're right, Matt. I remember mine. I hit it in my first at-bat of the 1992 season against the San Diego Padres. It's hard to describe exactly what you feel as you round the bases, but as you can imagine, it's pretty awesome. You know, hopefully he can get that ball back soon so it can go in his trophy room.
David Lee will get his first opportunity now with 2 away, and the base is empty here in the home half of the first. First pitch is a circle change for a called strike 1. Swing and a ball lifted into straightaway center. Span is underneath this one as he tucks this one away to retire the side. I have to imagine there's a full moon tonight, judging by this bunch. The 3 of us return with more Wednesday night baseball after this. Steven Strasburg will stand in to lead off the second. And what will they do for an encore after the first inning they put together?
Well, you know, Matt, they might not have to do anything at all. That's how good the first inning was.
Swung on and missed. It's 0-1.
Well, that's just unfair right there. I mean, most guys throw a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. He's throwing a 91-mile-an-hour slider.
And this one locks him up a bit as it's pushed off to the right, fouled, and he's quickly down 0-2 now. And here's a ball hit in the air. And there's out number 1.
And now all of a sudden on the mound, this has gone from a wasted start to he's got some important innings to pitch here. This is back to being a ball game, so he could make up for those early struggles with a 1-2-3 here.
So it's back to the top of the order now. And standing fourth is the left-handed hitting Denard Span. Oh, he checked his swing there and pops this one up. And 2 quick outs here in the second.
2 batters now in the inning, and he's gotten a pop-up and a little soft liner, so he's making it look pretty easy out there.
Anthony Rendon will stand in. He doubled and later scored his first time. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike one.
And even with 2 outs, this is a team that can still put something together here, especially in this part of the lineup, so you can't let your guard down.
And this is fouled at the plate. Here's a fastball that swung on and hit pretty well out to deep left field. Cuddyer will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. So a good bounce-back inning here after the 5-run outburst last time around. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. The Nationals lead it 5-2. Daniel Murphy will start things off in the bottom of the second.
Leading off for the Mets, second baseman, Daniel Murphy.
Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground to second. And Escobar's throw will take care of him for the first out.
Batting seventh, left fielder, Michael
Cuddyer will dig in now. A dangerous hitter indeed as the National League's reigning batting champion. Grounded foul off to the right. Now a ball hit foul down the line in right and in amongst the fans. Hit hard toward the right side. And that'll get down for what should be extra bases. He'll take the turn and head for second. He'll get it into second. And he will beat the throw into second as he slides in safely with a 1-out double.
Yeah, no hesitation there as we train our camera directly on him. Once this gets down the line, he's thinking 2 right out of the box, and he's able to beat the throw into second and leg out a double.
Runner in scoring position at second with 1 away. And that'll bring in the all-star catcher, Brian McCann. And they start him with 1 high and away for ball 1. For Cuddyer, he picks up his first 2-base hit of the new season. 1 out and a runner on second base. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
A lot of pitches up in the zone here early on.
And that's not the worst thing in the world at this place, but you've got to pick your spots.
Strasburg on 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
And that curveball still hasn't shown up yet. It's normally a real good pitch for him, but it hasn't served him well at all so far.
On a good pitch there, had him stretching to get out there, and it's 2-2 now.
Yeah, that's where you need to be selective. That was a pitcher's pitch, and now you give that advantage right back.
Keeping him close there at second. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
I love this pitch right here. Just an elevated fastball with 2 strikes. Nothing much to it. He just says, this is just a good old country fastball, and he runs it right by him.
Bartolo Colon will take his first cuts of the ball game here. First pitch coming. And this is taken for a strike by the 40-year-old veteran. No balls and a strike. And this ball's hit sharply toward the first base coaching box. It's a foul ball.
There we go, guys. Come on.
And a slider called strike 3 as he couldn't pull the trigger, and the side is retired. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. Back with more on our Wednesday night showcase right after this. Bryce Harper will stand in here, the starting center fielder on last year's NL All-Star team.
Bryce Harper.
Good fastball there from Colon. It's 0-1.
That pitch count, as you see, already standing at 41.
And you don't need Eric or I to tell you about that. That's way too many this early.
And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. And just lucky to make contact on that one as it's chopped foul. Now a fastball here as this is slashed the other way over the third baseman's head. A fair ball. And he will coast into second with a leadoff double.
And another hard hit ball off of him right there. And that's not the first one he's allowed so far. As you take a look at his line, not too much to write home about right there. This has not been one of his better performances at all.
Jason Worth will stand in now with the runner at second following the leadoff double.
Yep, more hot water here to start the inning, and it's right back into that stretch again. And this is starting to become a theme for him.
And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. You guys surprised at all that that man doesn't have the bullpen going yet?
Well, he's showing a lot of faith in his starter, but to me, you've at least got to get someone stretching down there. Move him around a little bit.
Oh, 1 is a circle change that's over for a called strike.
Surprised that the bullpen hasn't swung into action yet?
Yeah, you know, now that you mention it, I think I'd at least get a couple guys up there scurrying around down there or thinking about ordering a pizza or something.
And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and there are some times where you characterize a pitch as a sweeping slider, but this one does not fall into that category. I mean, this is a nasty little break at the end. Tough to do anything with that.
Ryan Zimmerman will stride in again. He struck out swinging his first time. Not much of a lead at second. Now here's the pitch. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1.
You know, guys, these hitters have had a good look at that slider so far, and they've been told, let that thing go and wait for something better out over the plate.
Spin and a throw back to second, and he's back in standing. Fastball misses away here. It's 2-0.
Hey, it's danger any way you look at it right here. You've got a base open, but you've got an even better hitter waiting on deck. So I don't think I'd be working around this guy. I'd be forced to go right after him.
Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. Throw on to first takes care of Zimmerman for the second out of the inning.
There's nothing easy about this play right here. It's a high chopper, so he knows he's going to have to field and throw pretty much all in one motion. And he does so here to get his man. That's a nice play.
Ian Desmond will stride in again. He singled and later scored his first time. Colon looks back. Now the pitch. And a high strike there, 0-1.
And it looks like he's rebounded pretty well from that rough inning a couple innings back. He put up a 0 last time, and he's close to doing it again.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Down 0-2 after 2 great sliders. He's got his work cut out for him now.
I can't get him to go after that slider. It's 1-2.
And now here, 1-2, this is where you need your best pitch. You've got to strand that runner out there at second base and keep the deficit just at 3.
Swing and a ground ball towards the hole. And that is into right field, a base hit. He'll come home with it. And that'll score the runner from second to make this a 6-2 ball game now.
Boy, he comes through with a 2-out, 2-strike RBI. That's a real confidence builder right there. And conversely, that's very deflating if you're out there on the mound.
Wilson Ramos will try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. And this could wind up being a bullpen kind of game as we've got action down there right now when we're only in the 3rd inning. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1. Throw back to first by Colon, and he'll dive back in safely. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
And he's really going to have to fight now. You got to take a little bit out of your swing and find a way to put this ball in play.
It's in the palm of your hand.
Here's a swing and a shot back up the middle, and that's in there, base hit.
There's a guy that's locked in at the plate. Even down 0-2, there's no panic in his approach. When you have that positive mindset at the plate, good things are going to happen.
Yunel Escobar will stand in with 2 on and 2 out here in the 3rd. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. No, you start to worry that maybe this already has the makings of a short outing.
And that's not what that man right there wants to hear. He'd hate to have to make a change this early, but he might have to.
And a good spot for that pitch is it's chopped foul. 2 men are on with 2 men out. This is hit sharply to the left side. And that's in there, base hit. And he'll be tagged out heading toward the plate. And with that, the inning is over. Only 1 in the inning for the Nationals. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Nationals 6 and the Mets 2. Gary Cox will stand in for a second time. He drew a base on balls to lead off the home first. First offering on the way. And a way off balance hack that time. Good for the first strike. And here's a fastball called for strike 2.
And after walking him the first time around, he's all business here in the second at-bat.
Good arm action there, but this one misses, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Good changeup right there, down in the strike zone. Definitely the one they wanted to strike him out on, so that's a great job to lay off.
Pitch in the dirt is swung on and missed, so he'll need to get the force at first. Throw on to first is in time to get him, so that'll go down as a strikeout and a 2-3 putout for out number 1.
Now batting, number 30.
Number 30 will be the batter. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Ball hit high and foul down the left field line. It's strike one. And there's ball one.
Ooh, you might have felt the squeeze on that one. That might just change the whole complexion of the at-bat.
Here's a fastball now that's hit softly down the line to third. And he'll reach first safely.
Both of these guys at the top of the lineup can put a lot of pressure on the defense because of that speed. And here, he beats this one out, and that's going to be ruled an infield single.
Michael Lee will stand in. He reached on a fielder's choice his first time. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. But this will wind up a foul ball, strike two. Runner at first here, one man out. And he'll take the fastball here inside off the plate. It's 1-2.
And that's a good spot for that fastball on 0-2. I mean, that couldn't have been an easy take.
Here comes the 1-2. Now a fastball runs inside and drills him. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Well, one thing this team cannot afford is for him to get hurt early in the season. Luckily, though, looks like he's going to be all right.
Number 3 will try things again. He hit that 2-run homer his first time. Runner holding tight at second. Now the pitch. And a pretty feeble effort that time as this is tapped in front of the mound. But one's all they were ever going to get, and the inning will continue.
Boy, and this would have been a really costly double play, but fortunately, he's hustling all the way down the line, and he's able to beat that throw on the back end.
David Lee will try it again. He flew out his first time. There's a good fastball on the outside corner as he'll take a look at strike one.
Yeah, even with 2 on and 2 away, this is not a guy that's going to back down out there. He comes right after him with a fastball, and he gets ahead.
Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. And the pitch misses low and away for ball 2.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in the strike zone.
Now the 2-1 pitch. And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
Full count, 3-2.
And even though that runs the count full, you'll at least get the benefit of giving that runner at first a head start here.
Come on, Mets.
Now a pitch swung on and hit to Desmond at short. On to first, and the Mets are going to come up empty here as that ends the inning. 2 left for the Mets. They still trail here. It's 6-2. Steven Strasburg will stand in now to get us going here in the 4th.
Steven Strasburg.
and he gets ahead 0-1.
And even though that is a strike, it's okay. These guys have been really patient at the plate. They've had a good game plan up there, and it's worked out for them so far.
Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control 0-2.
Very difficult to get on top of a pitch when it's coming in that high.
Darn near impossible when it's coming at you in the high 90s. You just can't get your hands up there fast enough to stay on top.
Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-2.
Not a real good 0-2 there. You don't necessarily want it in the zone, but you do want to at least give him something to think about.
Swing, and he pops him up over near second. He'll put it away without much trouble, and the leadoff man is retired here in the fourth.
Well, always nice to have the pitcher leading off an inning, and here he retires him to start the fourth.
Denard Span will stand in. He popped out in his last time. High and away on the first pitch fastball there. It's ball one. In for a strike. It's 1-1. Swing, and he pulls the fastball that time high in the air toward fairly deep right center. Cox will range to his left and put it away. 2 down.
You know, that's the thing with throwing a fastball as hard as he does. It makes fly balls travel that much farther off the bat. And this thing gets out there a long ways before it finally gets tracked down.
Anthony Rendon will dig in. 1 for 2 to this point in the ball game. This is hit high in the air and pretty deep down the left field line. But he'll get there as he flags it down just shy of the wall. And with that, the side is retired. Nationals gone in order. They lead it 6-2. Daniel Murphy will lead things off here in the home half of the fourth.
Second baseman, Daniel Murphy.
Started to go around, but it's ruled strike one anyway.
And you know, this is a guy that loves the ball down and in. It's one of the locations he really covers well, so they're going to want to mix their spots here.
Now the fastball here is swung on and grounded foul. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
And they took him right up the elevator shaft on these 3 pitches. I mean, you could chart where they are. First one low, second one about belt high, and then the third one up around the letters. 3 different locations, each yielding the same result.
Michael Kadire will stand in now, an all-star starter for the National League as their DH last year. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1.
And I think now you're starting to get the sense that he's put that first inning behind him, and he looks a lot more comfortable out there now.
And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes, he did. It's ruled a strike. On Kadire, swings and misses here as he's down on strikes for the second out.
Pretty stress-free inning so far. 2 batters, 6 pitches, and 2 strikeouts.
Brian McCann will stand in here hoping to at least put a ball in play here this inning. off-speed pitch here, and he pops him up, drifting toward the left side of the infield. Mets go down 1-2-3. They still trail here. It's 6-2. Jay Lee is going to take over here in inning number 5, as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here. Bryce Harper will make his way towards the box to lead off the 5th.
Right fielder, Bryce Harper.
Starts him with a good rising fastball there for strike 1.
100 miles an hour is hard. A high 100, impossible to get on top of.
High in the air and deep down the left field line. Kadire ranges into foul territory as he makes the catch out near the wall for out number 1.
This is not normally the kind of swing you associate with a good hitter like this. I mean, he's caught reaching for a pitch that he really has no business swinging at, and that becomes a very easy out.
1 gone for the Nationals in the 5th, and here's the left fielder, Jason Worth. Action in the Mets bullpen now. It's both a lefty and a right-hander that start to throw. Checks his swing, but this pitch is right there for strike 1. Six runs, 8 hits, and no errors so far for the Nationals. Sliced down the line at first, and he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Boy, just so late on that fastball, and you're not too surprised about that when you're facing a reliever that throws as hard as this guy does. And it's an easy play at first to take it himself for the out.
Ryan Zimmerman will dig in for the 3rd time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. And this is pulled hard but foul. Hope they brought their gloves for that one out there. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1.
Come on, New York.
Good eye there by young Zimmerman as he moves ahead in the count 2-1.
Boy, I don't know that I'd want to be facing this guy right now. He looks pretty fired up out there.
Yeah, he looks like he could run that fastball through a brick wall.
Here he comes on 2-1. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. And he comes back with a fastball. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. They lead it 6-2. Matt Carpenter will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 13, Matt Carpenter.
They set the target in, and this finds the inside corner for strike 1.
That's one of those fastballs that just never feels like it's going to be a strike. It's up at the letters, and that's a tough one to do anything with.
Now a fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now. Outside, 2-1. And he lays off the circle change here as he moves into the driver's seat 3-1.
Well, this is a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a fastball.
Now a fastball swung on and lifted out towards Span in center field. And he puts it away for the first down.
Well, they took him up the ladder right there with the fastball, and he actually did a pretty good job to get Wood on it at all. But it's still an easy play out there in center field.
Gary Cox will dig in. Took a called third strike his last time. Oh, and look out as this runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
Well, this is a tough way to help your on-base percentage out as a leadoff hitter, but he's on base here regardless.
Number 30 will step in. He's singled in 2 trips thus far. That hits the outside corner. It's strike 1. The hit by pitch count, definitely worth keeping an eye on there. Good arm action on the circle change, swung on and missed. 0-2.
Now, he's probably lucky he didn't make contact on that one.
Two-strike pitch from Strasburg. And he got him.
Yeah, a good bounce back there after the hit by pitch. He wasn't afraid to come right back inside. That's a sign of a guy who's fearless out there, and that's a good thing.
Michael Lee will get another shot. Hit by a pitch his last time. Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Aiming for that outside corner, but just missing. 2-0.
2 times here they've gone away. Both pretty easy takes. And as a hitter, now I'm thinking it might be time they try to bust something inside.
Too high. And it's 3-0.
And I'll tell you, this is an inning that you really don't want to continue any further. So this next pitch really needs to be a strike.
2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away.
Number 3.
Number 3. We'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in inning number 5. And this is low, but it's corralled quickly, and both runners will have to hang on. No lead to speak of at second. Here's the pitch. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
And in a spot like this, first and second with 2 away, that's where he's at his toughest on the mound. He'll bear down and start finding the corners of the strike zone. Makes it very hard for you to score runs off him.
Right there at the belt, 1-2 now.
Very patient here to start the at-bat. Maybe even a little too patient because now he's down 1-2.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to get anything better than that to hit.
See you, Matt.
And a changeup that just about got away from him there as that ran in a bit too far.
I'll say this. He wasn't going to get his arms extended on that one.
Short lead from second, now the pitch. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. EK, where are you going now on 3-2?
I still got to work a corner. Not just going to throw it right down the middle and grab a strike. Can't be a giveaway pitch.
And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. 2 left for the Mets. They still trail here. It's 6-2. Vic Black will get the call here as he'll start the 6th inning on the mound.
Vic Black.
Ian Desmond will stand in, and he'll lead off in the Washington 6th.
Shortstop, Ian Desmond.
And it looks now like a right-hander's begun to get loose in the Mets bullpen. And he gets a piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. And this is going to be a foul ball. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
Here now the 2-2. Now a swing, and the barrel of the bat breaks in 2 that time. And he lays off the curveball, so it's a full count now. One thing that man right there will not tolerate, leadoff walks.
Especially right out of the bullpen. This might be a quick outing if that happens.
And he sends a fastball out to left field and fairly well hit. And that ball is gone. A solo home run that time for Ian Desmond. And the lead is now 7-2.
Normally, you hope to get a bit of movement when you throw that 2-seam fastball, but you can see there, this pitch winds up straight as a string. He just unloads on it there.
Wilson Ramos will stand in, and as he does, we'll flash you back to the first inning of the ball game. A 3-run shot had him off and running right out of the gate. In tight with the curveball, backed up on him a little there, and it's ball 1.
Trying to go front door with that breaking ball started it a little too far inside, though.
Fouled back. Oh, and this one is hit a ton out to center. racing back the center fielder, and he'll be there to make the play. Nicely done.
You see this ball start slicing away from him toward the end here, but he winds up staying right with it and running it down.
Yunel Escobar will dig in with one in and one away. And he waves at a curveball there. No balls and a strike. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. And this is fouled back and out of play. Pitch on the way. And this is going to be a foul ball. Full count now, 3-2.
Well, that's an opportunity wasted on the mound there. A hitter's got to be defensive on 2-2, but that was so far outside, he didn't even have to worry about chasing it.
And Escobar swings and misses on a good pitch there, and he's retired for out number 2.
Well, he's made 5 or 6 quality pitches in this inning, but he just made the one bad one. And you can bet that's the one he's going to remember when he gets back to the dugout. Good job here, though, because he bounced back to retire the next 2 guys that he faced.
Steven Strasburg will stand in now, and given the big cushion he has to work with on the other side of the scorecard, he'll go ahead and hit for himself here in inning number 6. Lined hard to center field. Cox is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 1 in the inning for the Nationals thanks to this swing by Ian Desmond. Through 5 1/2, it's the Nationals 7 and the Mets 2. David Lee will come in now to begin their half of the 6th, and it's been a struggle for them so far. Just 3 hits through the first 5 innings.
And that's certainly not going to be enough to get the job done. And as the scoreboard bears out, if they want to get back in this game, I think this is the inning that it needs to start happening.
And he'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. Ball 2 now. Lays off a fastball, but it's over for a strike. 2-1. And a swing and a miss as that looked like self-defense there. It's 2-2.
That got in his kitchen big time right there.
And that misses there, so he runs the count full now. Daniel Murphy waits on deck. And now a pitch on the way. And this is hit sharply on the ground toward the hole. Oh, a tough play. And a close play at first, but a great stretch that time as they get him by a step for out number 1.
Not a whole lot of time to react on this play. This is just a pivot on that left foot and stretch out there as quick as you can. but he's able to haul it in and then right himself to make that throw over to first. That's nicely done.
Daniel Murphy will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
And now with that pitch count getting up there just a little bit, you can see that some of these pitches are missing just a little farther away than they were earlier.
Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitter's count here, 2-0.
3-0 now. Pitching him pretty careful here, wouldn't you say?
Well, it's possible to be too careful. I mean, this is not a Silver Slugger award winner up there. You want this guy to hit the ball and put it in play.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Now the pitch. Taking all the way, and it's 3-1 now.
Right back inside with a fastball. This time, he got the call.
And a fastball misses there, ball 4.
Up next for the Mets, left fielder.
Michael Kadire will dig in now. 1 for 2 to this point.
Give him the green light.
And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1. Now an off-speed pitch that nearly ran in and got him.
Sometimes if you let that changeup go too soon, it'll take off on you. He's lucky that didn't hit him.
Come on, Michael.
And they'll try to go away with this one, but it misses as well, and it's to 2-1 now.
And that's not a bad spot. Just go ahead and stay out there. Don't come down the middle because we know he can hurt you.
Here comes the 2-1. And he lays off again, ball 3.
And this is where a guy who's been around a long time knows, hey, we're not going to make up the difference with just one swing. It's going to take base runners. So that's a good job of being really patient at the plate.
Runners on first with 1 down. A ball hit hard to the left side. And that'll get down for a base hit. Throw comes back in quickly, so put the runners at first and second now, still with only 1 away.
Yeah, that's his 2nd hit so far. He's got 2 of their 4 hits, so at least he's seeing the ball well.
Brian McCann will stand in. He struck out and popped out in 2 trips. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1.
And this is a big spot right here. You've got to get something out of this, even if it's just a run or 2.
And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. Now a fastball, and he might have gotten under it just a bit as this is out toward deep right field. Harper is back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone.
I think at first he probably had thoughts about tagging up here, but there's that old baseball adage, don't make the last out of the inning at third base. So staying at second, probably the right call.
Jason Hayward will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 22, Jason Hayward.
First pitch here misses wide, 1-0.
Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1.
Boy, it's one thing for a reliever to come in out of the pen and throw 100 miles an hour for 15 pitches or so. But he's right up there around the century mark now, and he's still throwing hard.
2 down, runners at first and second. Very high, 2-1.
Boy, what a nice job so far of working himself into a hitter's count. Now he can go to work on maybe picking up that 2-out RBI out of the 9-hole.
And he's fallen behind now, 3-1. Fastball here.
I think it has to be. You're licking your chops if you're the hitter. 3-1. You can't walk the bases loaded. Bail and wail.
Now's our catch. Let's go.
Runner staying tight to the bag at second. Here's the pitch. Ball hit high to the right side, but this will get into the seats. Foul.
Take a seat.
Now a swing and a hard hit ball to short. On to first, and the Mets are going to come up empty here as that ends the inning. 2 left for the Mets. They're down 5. It's 7-2. Welcome back to Citi Field in Flushing. Nationals on top in this one as we get ready for the 7th, but first let's check out the game summary to see how we got here. Dylan G is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7.
Dylan G.
Denard Span will lead it off here in the top of inning number 7.
Center fielder, Denard Span.
And he drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
Not a bad idea to take a look at that one there. Now that you've seen the curveball, you can start to get a better gauge on it. Get a feel for what it looks like coming out of the pitcher's hand.
Shut him down now.
And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. And there's ball 2 now.
Hey, young. Try that call again.
Can't find the zone there, and it's 3-1.
Put him away.
And a good take there as they'll have a leadoff man aboard to start the 7th. It's ball 4.
Now batting, third baseman, Anthony Rendon.
Anthony Rendon will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Fouled back. Oh, and that is right down the middle for strike 2.
One thing you've got to be aware of as a hitter is he's going to give you a bit of a variety up there. He's got 5 pitches, and he's going to use all of them.
Let's finish him off, all right? Swing.
And he swings at the fastball here and lifts it into the air to shallow center. Cox comes on now, and he has it 1 down.
And this is all about taking charge out there. That's the center fielder's ball if he can get there. So he calls everybody off, and he makes the play easily.
Bryce Harper will stand in. He's 1 for 2 so far.
Roll him out already.
And this is fouled back and out of play. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
And we all know that this guy doesn't really have the velocity to get it past a whole lot of major league hitters. So he's got to rely on that location, in and out, up and down, and that was perfect right there.
On it's tailor-made to short. 6, 4, 3, but it's not in time, and the inning will continue.
Yeah, you know, a double play there was always going to be a stretch, and that's where you just take that force out at second, get the lead runner, and then say, you know what, thank you very much.
Jason Worth will stride in, grounded out his last time through. Watches a fastball right there for strike one. Comes back with a fastball again as he's in control. 0-2.
Well, no taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat.
And this one runs in on him as he can't get his arms extended. A great pitch there, and the inning is over. One left for Washington. They're on top 7-2. Matt Thornton will get the ball now as he'll take over on the mound to start the home seventh.
Matt Thornton.
Gary Cox will step in now to lead off the home half of the seventh.
Fielder, Gary Cox.
And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. Up and in for ball one. First two pitches off the mark here. It's 2-0.
Well, you've got the matchup you wanted, but that's not going to amount to much if he can't throw strikes.
That one's more like it, he says. Back to 2-1 now.
And at the plate, if you've got an umpire helping you out, no reason to go after a borderline pitch on 2-0.
Now a ball hit sharply on the ground to third. Throw just in time as he was flying down the line that time.
And even with the new pitcher in there, I think you tip your cap a bit to that starter. I mean, he gutted out 6 tough innings, and he's given his guys a good chance at victory if this bullpen can hold the lead.
Number 30 steps in now. Called strike at the letters, 0-1. One out, nobody on. And he lays off for ball one. There's a swing and a ball lifted to left, but back in the seats, out of play. It's 1-2. Now a fastball, and he popped him up over toward the left side of the infield. Rendon able to put it away, and that's out number 2.
And you know, you're going to see this a lot with a guy who has a great fastball like he does. This one's on the inner half of the plate, and it's so easy for that bat to just sort of drag through the zone. It's hard to catch up with that thing. And you see right here, he's going to make contact right below the label. And this is just going to turn into an easy, soft liner.
Michael Lee will stand in. Base on balls his last time. Here's the first offering. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
Come on, let's get a hit.
Circle change and a beauty. It's 0-2.
And now 0-2 here. This is where you need to expand the zone. If it's close, you got to let it fly.
And a slider called strike 3 as he couldn't pull the trigger, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Mets. They're down 5. It's 7-2. Ryan Zimmerman will get us going now in the top half of the 8th.
First baseman, Ryan Zimmerman.
Action in the Mets bullpen now. It's both a lefty and a right-hander that start to throw. On to the 8th now as the first pitch is a fastball that's looked at for ball 1.
This is a spot where it helps to have a two-seam fastball like that so you can work in on the right-handed hitters.
Zimmerman now waiting the 1-0.
And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. And a fastball swung on and hit to second. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
Time to bring you up to date on the numbers for our 2 starters. It's our starter comparison, and the hometown 9 have had trouble generating much by way of hits, as you can see by the left side of your screen. Ian Desmond will stand in yet again as we flash you back to the middle innings. This was a turning point here, a solo home run that was really one of the key at-bats of the ballgame to this point. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. And that's in there for his strike 1-1.
A high fastball that time in the strike zone and on the outside corner. But that is a dangerous spot to be pitching if you're only throwing in the low 90s.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. One and 2. The pitch. And this is going to be a foul ball. And a tough pitch on 2 strikes as he's able to foul it off. Here's a bouncing ball now up the middle, and it's going to sneak its way into center field for a 1-out base hit.
have a night. 4 trips to the plate, 4 hits.
Catcher.
They can't get him out.
Wilson Ramos.
Wilson Ramos will try it again. He homered back in the first inning of this one. Swing and a ball pulled foul into the lower level and left. And this is fouled back and out of play.
Let's get me out here.
That misses 1-2. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. The right-hander deals on 1-2. Line hard to the left side. But this is a foul ball. And a swing and a ball hit foul heading for the seats. So another foul ball here, and it remains 1-2. Here's another 1-2. Here's a softly hit ball looped out towards short. So this is pulled in by the shortstop. Visiting Nationals holding the lead here in the 8th as you get a look at our line score to this point in the game.
Escobar.
Yunel Escobar will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. And this will be fouled away. The 1-2. And a swing here by Escobar, but this is going to find the seats down the left side, a foul ball. Throw over to the bag, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily. 2 out with the man at first. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. And now time is called here as in the bitterest of April ironies, a beach ball has made its way onto the field. And as I reach for another jacket and a cup of coffee, there's some kind of cruel joke in play right about now.
Come on now, let's go.
And he goes and chops this one out towards second. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Nationals leave 1. They're on top 7-2. Number 3 will lead things off here in the bottom half of inning number 8.
Third baseman, number 3.
One more time, baby.
A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. a ball lined into right field, and Harper won't have a play. It's a base hit.
Yeah, and he had his first major league hit earlier in the game. How about a two-hit game to start things out? Attaboy.
David Lee will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
Up, Morgan. Move that one of the second base for crying out loud. Here we go.
And this is fouled back and out of play. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
All right, leadoff man on first. Here's where you got to start clawing your way back into this ball game. It's not too late, but it needs to start happening soon.
And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Yeah, not a real good job of pitch recognition there. I mean, this ball was going to be in on his hands to begin with. I don't know quite what he saw that made him want to swing at that thing, but it just completely locked him up there.
Daniel Murphy will stand in 0 for 2 in the ball game so far. And he lays off a pitch here that he probably shouldn't have. 0-1. Runner at first here, one man out. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. The 1-1 on its way to Murphy. And the 1-1 is in the air now out to center. And Span will haul this one away for route number 2.
Well, this is a situation where a home run here isn't going to tie the game. He's got to work on just hitting down on the ball and hopefully trying to get on base. Instead, it's just an easy fly ball in a game where they're running out of outs.
Michael Kadire will dig in. He singled his last time around.
Come on, Michael.
On the corner at the knees, 0-1.
And this offense has just been stuck in neutral. Even when they get a guy on to start the inning, they've got nothing to go with it.
In the air to right center and carrying well. Way back there now. And gone. Home run. So a 2-run home run for Michael Kadire. And it's now a 7-4 ball game.
I tell you, what's impressive about this swing in this weather, when it's this cold, you really got to get a hold of one if you're going to take it the other way in this ballpark. That's pretty darn impressive right there.
And now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Brian McCann will stand in to keep things going. And I don't know, Steve, is the comeback on?
Well, at the very least, I like that they're showing some character out there. You never want to go down without a fight, so they're going to make these final at-bats count.
And he lays off there 1-0.
I think that's consistent with how the strike zone gets called nowadays. You know, that's a strike in the rule book, but most umpires won't give you that pitch anymore.
Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul.
You can do it.
Tries to get him to chase the curveball away, but it breaks outside. 2-2 now.
Come on.
As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. But the Mets do strike for two, both coming on this two-run home run. On to the ninth inning from Citi Field. It's the Nationals 7 and the Mets 4. Danny Espinosa will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so with the same pitcher still out there. Seems he's earned himself another inning.
I think that's a definite vote of confidence, but he's done a nice job since coming in, so you might as well ride that hot hand.
Come on now.
And this ball will be chopped foul. And oh, look out as he has to hop out of the way of the fastball there. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike. And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit. On deck, there you see Denard Span. He'll hit next. And a good pitch there as they come after him, and the count goes full.
Doing a good job right there of tying him up inside. Got in on his hands that time before he could get that barrel through the zone.
Now the pitch. Inside as he nearly got him, and it's ball 4.
So when you're starting to close the deficit, the last thing you want to do is start walking people. These guys will just build that lead right back up again.
Denard Span will stand in here. 0 for 2 with a run scored so far. Outfield comes way in here. The first pitch. Now a ball hit back up the middle to second for 1. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
Not really your prototypical double play ball here. This is a high chopper, so they wind up taking the force at second, and that's all they're going to get.
Anthony Rendon will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Fouled toward the third base dugout, but this will get back into the seats, out of play. Runners off for second. Pitch inside. The throw is not in time as he just gets in ahead of the throw. Nate McLeod will have to get loose in a hurry now as he'll come in and run following the injury. And this ball runs away for ball 2, 2-1. Now a look and a throw back to second. Just keeping him close.
Watch for a minute.
3-1 now as that misses down and in. Trouble waiting on deck as Bryce Harper hits next. Now a ball hit foul off to the right and up into the crowd. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Throw won't get him at first, an infield single, and it's first and third now.
And here's a situation where, heck, just make contact. Put the ball in play. You never know. Winds up beating this ball out.
And now here comes Mets skipper Terry Collins out to home plate, and it looks like we'll see a double switch here. Taillon will take over now with one away in the top of inning number 9.
Batting in the 8th spot, number 61. Now playing second base and batting the 6th spot, number 8, Danny Espinosa. Now catching, number 7, Travis d'Arnaud.
Bryce Harper will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far. And there he goes toward second. Pitches a cold strike. The throw.
They turned him loose here on the first pitch after reaching base, and he had a pretty good jump that time. You know, sometimes pitchers are so focused on not allowing that runner on third to score that they forget about that guy on first, and he's able to take second here with ease.
Sets the target low here, and it misses 1-1. Here's a cold strike on the curveball, 1-2.
Oof, what a time to call on that.
The 1-2 with one away. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
That's a good idea, 1-2 right there, just to see if he'd chase. But now with the count even, I think this one has to be in the strike zone because you don't want to run the risk of loading the bases for the cleanup guy.
Now a hard liner. Foul. Ball 3 here as that pitch runs way up and in and backs him out of the box here. Can't imagine guys like that too much.
Yeah, not too much indeed. You start getting into the danger area when it's up and in that high.
Now a ball hit hard toward first. Oh, and this is past him down the line. A fair ball.
And he continues to be a big part of their attack. With 2 more RBIs on the play, that gives him 3 for the ball game, and they push that lead out a little wider.
Jason Worth will step in, 1 for 4 in the ballgame. Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0.
Well, now he's got to be saying, this is the wrong time for that strike zone to start shrinking. You need that to be a strike.
This one's a strike. It's 1-1.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats in left. Runners on first with 1 down. And this is fought off at the plate as it's chopped foul. Another 1-2 delivery. Now another pitch is hit foul and headed for the seats, so the count will stay put at 1-2. And he is down on strikes again, so get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Well, that's what he's up here to do. Some late inning heat out of the bullpen, and he finishes him off with a good fastball here for career strikeout number 1.
Ryan Zimmerman will try and erase his 0 for 4 in the ballgame. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1. And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul. A runner on first with 2 away. And this is going to be a foul ball in amongst the spectators. The next 0-2. Slider. Ooh, thought he had him, but it's 1-2.
Oh, classic strikeout pitch there on 0-2. It's one he loves going to, but great recognition there at the plate to lay off.
Peanut here.
Now a swing and a ground ball, and an underhanded throw is in time for out number 3. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. On now to the bottom of inning number 9. Nationals on top, 9-4. Nate McLeod will stay in the ballgame as he takes over in center.
Now playing center field, number 15.
Travis d'Arnaud will stand in.
Leading off for the Mets here in the bottom of the 9th. Catcher, Travis d'Arnaud.
And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Here's a swing and a foul ball. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Now here's a ball hit high and deep out to left center field. Worth is on the warning track as he hauls it in for a loud out number 1.
Yeah, and this ball was hit pretty well, but it was always going to stay in the ballpark. And you see the left fielder just drift back and make the play on the warning track.
Gary Cox will dig in now, hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. First pitch on the way. Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire.
The win would be Steven Strasburg's here, barring any late turn of events.
1 out, nobody on. Now a ball bounced towards the mound. Throw on to first, and the Mets are down to their final out. Number 30 will stand in as their last chance now.
Number 30.
There's the cut fastball, but it's low, 1-0. And he gets under this one and, in fact, breaks his bat as this one's popped up. And with his speed, forget it. It's an infield single.
Boy, that's just one of those fluky plays right there. He gets a late break off the mound because he's concerned about the business end of that bat, and who wouldn't be? And they wind up not being able to get an out on that play.
Michael Lee will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far.
Come on, Marco.
Here's the first pitch to him. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Whoa, that one definitely took off on him right there. He's lucky that thing didn't go all the way to the backstop.
And he misses 2-1. All the way here to start the at-bat.
And that's fine, but you can't be afraid to work inside. You can jam this guy, get him to roll over something. You don't have to strike him out.
And just lucky to make contact on that one as it's chopped foul. Just did get a piece of that one, so he stays alive here. 2 out with the man at first. Now a swing and a miss on a pitch that tied him up in knots, and the ball game is over.
Well, I think this one was pretty much over before it started. That huge first inning rally put this one out of reach right from the get-go.
The big bat for the Nationals tonight, well, it belonged to this man, Ian Desmond. Take a snapshot of that. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, just a great all-around game for him here. You'll see on the line score, 4 hits, including that big home run. You'd have to say he was instrumental in leading these guys to the victory.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. Washington is victorious in this one, 9-4. Good night from Flushing.
The final line score for the ball game tonight for the victorious Washington Nationals: 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. For the Mets, the winning pitcher is Steven Strasburg. His record is now 1-0. The loss goes to Bartolo Colon. He falls to 0-1. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 45 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.